Well, welcome back to the Mud Shop. This is September the 11th and 2025. I'm going to unload the kiln. There's not a lot in it. This was a glaze kiln. It's been 38 hours since it kicked off, and it is now down to 73 degrees. So it's time to open it. So let's unlock this bad boy and see what's in it. Okay. Like I said, it's not a really full kiln. I'll bring this over here and let you see what is in it. Here we go. You can see I have my bead stand in there and my bead tree, I guess you call it. All right, y'all set up again. All right, first thing we'll do is show you, this is a Tennessee plate. I'll have to sand down the grog and stuff off the bottom of it, but this is a new color from Speedball. It's a high fire glaze called Dragon's Eye, and I like that. In the middle of it is Sapphire Float, and then this is the Dragon's Eye, and I did put a light flux around it to kind of give it a little extra oomph. Here's the Dragon's Eye by itself. This is on white clay. I have both clays in the kiln right now. There's some of I use standard brand. This is the 240, which is white, and it's a smooth clay. And then I have the 112, which is a speckled clay with a little bit of grog in it. So this is on the white clay. This is what the Dragon's Eye looks like. It's a really pretty color. It is a gloss. It turned out well. It's my little Tennessee plate. Second one I've made of these. All right. In here is my bead tree. And as you can see how I stacked everything on it. I balance it. If it's heavy, I don't put it towards the middle. I scatter them out where there's no way, if they wiggle even, that they'll be touching each other. I put a little on the outside edges here, and then I put spread it out on the inside. And these are combination. I use the U wires that I get from Amazon that I put in whenever I make the piece, and it is nichrome wire, and these were fired to cone 6. Also, if I just use the hole, I make sure that I take something wet and clean the hole out so it doesn't stick, so they just slide on and off. Okay, these are my little sculpted angels. This is the white clay. This is the speckled clay. You see, hold them up, you can see the difference. They're 240 white, 112 speckled brown. And these I dipped in Clayscapes cream. Both of these were glazed the same. And you can see the speckles through it. Okay. And these two little pieces here, I used a mold, silicone mold of a sand dollar. And these are the 112 speckled clay. The rest of what was on here, these I just used a little cookie cutter. These were the nichrome wire used, and it's called Sweater Weather. It's a underglaze transfer that I put on, and then the back I left, and I did dip these in a crystal clear. Those will be little ornaments. I will tie a ribbon on the top of each one. Here's the rest of them. And I like putting them on these little nichrome wire. Make sure when you put them on, you don't push it down so far that you can't get your rod through. You don't want the rod touching it. You want it just a little bit of space. But that's these little stockings. Don't they look cute, little stockings? And these are glazed both sides. You can see the little bit of a shine on them. And yes, I'm working on Christmas. I'm going to be out of commission for a little while, so I'm getting all my Christmas done. All right, here are my witness cones. Here's 4, 5, and 6. You see I did get a cone 6. Okay, put them up here. I do keep my witness cones. I keep 3 of them, the last 3 firings, and I compare. As long as they are staying the same, I know my elements are doing good. All right, I made some cubes to use to decorate a Christmas table with, and I did cut holes in them for put a fairy light on the inside, and I will get just a regular bow ribbon and glue to the top of it, and it will match my dinnerware that I'm making, that I have made. I'll show you a plate and a mug. See, here's my plate. Here's my mug. I have the bigger plate that just has this around the edge. And that's what I'll decorate the table with. This will be part of my centerpiece in the middle, the little packages, little gift boxes. So that's them. And again, this is the white clay. Sweater weather, under glaze transfer. And then, get one shelf out. Replacement pieces from a dish set that a lady bought from me. If you sell dinnerware, make sure you keep good notes, because they'll come back and need to replace a piece. And she needed the bowl, the salad plate, and a mug. So that's what I have here. Here's the mug, and she likes them straight up and down, just regular coffee mug with the ear-shaped handle. And here's, I call this my number 3 bowl, because these are all the 112 clay. Because I have a stack of bowl molds that are plaster, and this is the 3rd one in the stack. So she uses the number 3 bowl. And of course I do my Dianna's Mud Shop stamp on the back. Here's the 7-inch plate. And that's part of her set. Ta-da, that's replacement pieces. And take another shelf down. We'll get through with this pretty quick. There's another out in this kiln. I have a few more pieces drying on my rack, so we'll see if I get to get those done before Christmas or not. Those aren't pressing, so all right. Coal Mountain Pottery has cross stamps and cutters, and I ordered a set, and this is what they make. This cuts and stamps it. Now I used Colors for Earth colors for the flowers in the vines, and then I just dipped this in crystal, well, I actually painted over the top the crystal clear. And so because the back of these are dry, I did do a little color in the stamp and wipe it back, but so I just laid flat on the shelf to fire. But all 3 of these are the same. And ooh, this one ran a little bit. This one I used cobalt wash in the flower, and then the Colors for Earth for the green. But the cobalt wash, it ran a little bit whenever I fired it with the clear. Colors for Earth did not. So that's a difference too, you can kind of look at. It's pretty, and from far back you really can't tell it, but yeah, it ran some. You can see when you look close up. And I use a zinc-free clear too. Everything I do is zinc-free clear. All right, let's see what else is in here. I also sell a lot of these. These are from De La Design gifts.com has a little cutter that makes, it's just the stamp actually, and I cut around it with a knife. I glaze these like this for the last 3 or 4 years. I use just stroking coats. I mix my own color for the background, use green and blue. I always use the lavender for the baby Jesus, and then I use brown around it and yellow. And there's actually yellow for the hay under the baby Jesus, but it doesn't really show too much. It fades in. But that's what these look like. They're all the same. And of course my stamp there, I do put a little color in it. And I tried something different this year. I tried the cobalt wash on them. And then I put the speedball clear over the top. And this is the cobalt wash, and wipe back, and then put the speedball on it. So I like these, but I like this too. It's a little bit different look. Turned out good. Just wanted to try something different on them. All right, I've got I think they're called charcuterie board templates, and I used them and made a deep pan like dish. This is the smallest one that I made. Well, no, it's not. I got some little tiny spoon rests that look like this. But I just thought it looked like a little cast iron skillet, and I loved it, so I made this. This is deep sienna speckle and seaweed. Deep sienna speckle and seaweed on the 112 speckled clay. All right, and this one I made round, but because the template was square, I did trim a little off these edges, but it's got like a spoon where you can lay a spoon in the side. Now this does look like a cast iron skillet. You could make a little dish to bake. You could actually bake a pie in this if you wanted. It is pretty deep. It's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches deep. 1.5 inches here, 2 inches here. But this is my little, and this is the Clayscapes cream glaze on the 112. Now I did have some off-gassing whenever I did the bisque fire, and some reason sometimes this 112 does that, a little off-gassing, but it's not compromised. But anyhow, that's my little pan. My little pans. All right, let me get down to the bottom shelf. Okay, let's see what we got here. I did put a witness cone in the bottom to make sure it got to cone 5, to make sure that it is vitrified, and it is cone 5. So here's the cone 5 from the top, here's the cone 5 from the bottom. So it's pretty good. I did get it vitrified, so that's what matters. All right, I did manganese wash and white back on these. These are little angel cutters. These are from Coal Mountain Pottery. Also, it is a stamp and a cutter. So you stamp it and then you use a cutter, cut it out. And then I white back the manganese wash, and then I just did in clear glaze on top, only on the top. So those that I didn't dip, I did use the speedball clear. So I fired these flat on the kiln shelf. I did use the nichrome wire on this so that I can tie a ribbon on it, and a hook. I didn't have to put a hole in it. I didn't know where to put the hole without messing up your pretty angel. But there's my little angel ornaments. And I did use lace as the texture there. And this is a roller, and this is the lace. I thought about doing the face, put a couple eyes and stuff, but I might do one that maybe I glaze with Colors for Earth or Stroke and Coat colors, and draw the face on if I do that. But it won't be this year. That'll be experiment for next year. I also did 2 of those with a cobalt wash, white back, and then the speedball clear on top. I kind of like the cobalt wash. This was my first time to use it. I have seen it, and I just loved it, so I got some. There we go. Those 2. Now, I did a little pinch pot teapot set. There's my little teapot, and I'm gonna just tie a ribbon on it here and use it as an ornament to hang on my Christmas tree. Gotta have some pottery on my Christmas tree, and I did red. It's this cutie pie red, cutie pie coral from Stroke and Coat. A lot of Christmas. All right, I had one more of the Colors for Earth little cross. All right, let's see. All right, now for the little tiny spoon rest, the little charcuterie board spoon rest. All right, this one, these are all on the 112 speckled brown clay. This one is I'm gonna have to get my book out, make sure I got it all right. All right, on my little one, I did sapphire float in the center of it, and the dragon's eye around it, and the flux like I did on the Tennessee plate. And dragon's eye, this is what it looks like on the 112 clay. See. All right, and then the next one I did deep sienna speckle and seaweed. And you saw the other pan that was deep sienna speckle and seaweed. That was the white clay, this is the brown clay. And then the next one is Mako Shino in the bottom and seaweed around it. No, that's this one. This sure doesn't look like it. And this looks white on the back. Mako Shino and seaweed. The seaweed turned it blue. All right, and then the last one is Winterwood and Copper Jade. Winterwood in the bottom and Copper Jade around the sides. It has a coppery green shade to it. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it better this way. I'm trying to get the glare off of it where you can see it better. All right, and the last one I've got in there is my biggest charcuterie board pan, and it's the deep sienna speckle. And the seaweed. I have definitely got to clean the grog off the bottom of this. I'll have to sand that down. But this one is pretty deep. It's this deep, so it's pretty deep. This one, you could bake a casserole in it. Actually, I've had pans this size that I made that are round that I've actually baked a whole cake mix in. So this would probably hold a cake. Like a poke cake that you bake the cake and then poke the holes in it and drizzle your stuff on top. But this is deep sienna speckle and seaweed. And the handles did not sag at all. And this is cone 6. Okay. So there we go. You can see how deep it is from this side. It's pretty deep. So it's a pretty good sized pan. This one is, I'll get my ruler out, show you. This is 9.5 square, should be 9.5, yep. And it is 2 inch deep. So 9 by 9 by 2 inch. Here's your 9x9 pan, pretty much. Okay, and that's what I've got this time. Let's see. Spread all these out where you can see what I got, and I'll bring my camera over here and show you. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. So here we've got the charcuterie board templates, and that's them over there stacked. If you can see them, I don't know. And here's the little ones. Okay, here's everything we've got. Here's my little Christmas sets. Here's all my Christmas ornaments. And the Tennessee plate. Okay, and I'll let you know when I get some more done. Check me out on Facebook, Dianna's Mud Shop. Check out some more of my videos on YouTube. Dianna's Mud Shop again. And till next time, see you in the mud shop. Bye.